we are given an equation of an ellipse. We can tell from inspection that the center of this ellipse is not the origin. We are asked to find the center, the foci, the vertices, to graph the equation by hand and then check the graph with a graphing utility. First thing we want to do is divide this equation through by 16 to get it in the proper form. We'll simplify our equation, and so the equation that we want to consider is x plus 5 quantity squared over 16 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 4 is equal to 1. First thing we can do is identify the center. The center is going to be negative 5, 4. Now let's identify our a and our b. A squared is 16, b squared is 4. Therefore, a is 4 and b is 2. To determine the vertices, we want to first consider the major vertices, that is, where does the curve go through the endpoints on the major axis. Now the major axis is going to be parallel to the x-axis because the number underneath the x squared term is bigger than the number underneath the y squared term. So what we want to do is to take our center, which is negative 5, 4, and we want to go to the left of that and to the right of that. The number of units that our a is. So we're going to go negative 5 minus 4, 4, negative 5 plus 4, 4. And we can just simplify that. We can plot these points. They will be the vertices along the major axis of our ellipse. Now we'll go on to what we call the minor vertices. And these are the endpoints that are on that minor axis. So we're going to take our center, again, the coordinates, which is negative 5, 4, and this time we're going to add and subtract from the y coordinate. We're going to add 2 to that y coordinate and subtract 2 from the y coordinate. So our minor vertices will be negative 5, 6 and negative 5, 2. To determine the foci, we need to know what is c. And we use the equation c squared equals a squared minus b squared, and we substitute these values in from what we determined earlier. We get that c is equal to the square root of 12, which can be simplified to 2 radical 3. So what we want to do now is to determine the foci. We want to take the center and go, and we're going to add and subtract to the x coordinate of the center, 2 root 3. So our foci will be negative 5 minus 2 root 3, 4, and negative 5 plus 2 root 3, 4. So what we want to do is now take all this information and graph it. So we'll start with a clean slate here, and we'll start with the equation that we had determined was equivalent to the given ellipse. Here's all the information that we got from the previous page. And we can first of all start by graphing the center at negative 5, 4. Our major vertices, remember, are going to be 4 to the left of that and 4 to the right of that. Our minor vertices are going to be 2 up and 2 down from the center. Our foci are 2 root 3 to the left and 2 root 3 to the right of the center. And we can connect these points with a smooth curve, and when we check this against the given ellipse, we're happy to see that it matches up.